Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're doing the first leg over at Iceland. And we gotta turn down our volume over here. So we got our VFR map. And we got your trip begins at West, I don't know how to pronounce this airport, on the island of that. Just off the southeastern extremity of Iceland. Once in the air, head northeast and you'll fly over the spectacular river that empties into the North Atlantic Ocean. So, sweet. So we're gonna go here. I don't know what plane we're in. Let's see what we got. So the plane. Yeah, definitely something new. We haven't flown this one yet. Doesn't look like we have the Grand Cavern. Taking off on runway number 3. So that's where we're at here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take off here. Let's take a look at the cockpit. Real quick. So nice little passenger plane here. 2, 4, 6, 8 seats, 10 with the pilots. All right, so we're gonna go here. Gonna rev up here. Off. So this is only going to be 2 minutes at header 5-4, 5-4. Nice. So runway takes off there. We're going to bank to the right a little bit. Make sure our flaps are up. I think they were. Yeah, get a good look. Whoa, we're all over the place. Our flaps were not up. Push trips are definitely going to be utilizing the VFR. We're going to head right into the first point of interest, which is going to be, so we're flying over the Atlantic Ocean now. Man, we got a lot of wind, I think. I feel like if I let go, we're just going to get cold. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful sight here. Go ahead, go back into the plane, and option 2 there, just take a look at the wind. A little faster plane. This one we're cruising at about 130. Nowhere really to get lost here, so we're just going to take a look at the mark off Jolt River. So that's where we are here. We're going to go ahead and pause it real quick and see if we can find a bush trip. So let's see if we can find Iceland. Don't really remember where we took off. There are a lot of points of interest. I feel like we actually took off right here. That's where I'm thinking. Let's see what we got.
Hymi, literally Home Island, is an Icelandic island. At 13.4 square kilometers, it is the largest island in the Vestmannaeyjar archipelago, and the largest and most populated island off the Icelandic coast. Hymi is 4 nautical miles off the south coast of Iceland. It is the only populated island of the Vestmannaeyjar Islands, with a population of 4,500. The Vestmannaeyjar Airport and the Westman Islands Golf Club taken together cover a good portion of the island. In January 1973, lava flow from nearby Eldfell destroyed half the town and threatened to close its harbour, its main income source. An operation to cool the advancing lava with seawater saved the harbour.
Nice, so we did find it, and that was a little history on the island that we just took off from. And as we finish the first point of interest here, we're going to bank pretty hard to 123. And fly down the coast here. Directly into the sun. And then once we do that, I know there was some bush talk over there. So we're going to fly for about 8 minutes. Until we get to right there, which is pretty much going to be that U.S. Navy crash. So from the river, head southeast, the mighty Katla volcano. I think that's off to the left here. Which has frequently erupted, dominates your view to the left as you fly past this town, the southernmost part of the mainland Iceland. Pass over the lighthouse and head northeast. So we got to look for a lighthouse here. It should be about 8 minutes. In the meantime, let's go ahead and go to bush talks here. So the lighthouse should be up there. Oh no. While we were looking, we got stressed. So we'll start that one over. We didn't go too far. It's a new plane. We got to make sure that we don't do that. So no worries here. So we're departing here, flying up here, cutting across over there to the lighthouse. Get that started here. Make sure our rudder is straight. Increase the flaps. we got liftoff. Alright, so as we leave, this little island here, and head to that river, that's this. We'll bring up the bush trips. Collapse it this time so that we can see what we're doing and we can navigate over real fast. So this is the island.
Jaime, literally Home Island, is an Icelandic island. At 13.4 square kilometers, it is the largest island in the Vestmannaeyjar archipelago and the largest and most populated island off the Icelandic coast. Jaime is 4 nautical miles off the south coast of Iceland. It is the only populated island of the Vestmannaeyjar Islands, with a population of 4,500. The Vestmannaeyjar Airport and the Westman Islands Golf Club taken together cover a good portion of the island. In January 1973, lava flow from nearby Eldfell destroyed half the town and threatened to close its harbour, its main income source. An operation to cool the advancing lava with seawater saved the harbour.
So that's all about the island that we took off from. Here's the river that we'll fly into. See if this is in English.
Eyjafjallajökull, lit. Island Mountain Glacier is one of the smaller ice caps of Iceland, north of Skogga and west of Myrtlestokkul. The ice cap covers the caldera of a volcano with a summit elevation of 1,651 meters. The volcano has erupted relatively frequently since the last glacial period, most recently in 2010, when, although relatively small for a volcanic eruption, it caused enormous disruption to air travel across Western and Northern Europe for a week. Eyjafjallajökull consists of a volcano completely covered by an ice cap. The ice cap covers an area of about 100 square kilometers, feeding many outlet glaciers. The main outlet glaciers are to the north, Gigjökull, flowing into Lónið, and Steinholtsjökull, flowing into Steinholtslón. In 1967, there was a massive landslide on the Steinholtsjökull glacial tongue. On the 16th of January 1967 at 13:47 and 55 seconds, there was an explosion on the glacier. It can be timed because the seismometers at Kirkjubjarklaustr monitored the movement. When about 15 million cubic meters of material hit the glacier, a massive amount of air, ice, and water began to move out from under the glacier into the lagoon at the foot of the glacier. The mountain itself, a stratovolcano, stands 1,651 meters at its highest point and has a crater 3 to 4 kilometers in diameter, open to the north. The crater rim has 3 main peaks: Guðneysteinn, 1,500 meters, Hamunda, 1,651 meters, and Guðneysteinn, 1,497 meters. The south face of the mountain was once part of Iceland's coastline, from which, over thousands of years, the sea has retreated some 5 kilometers. The former coastline now consists of sheer cliffs with many waterfalls, of which the best known is Skoggafoss. In strong winds, the water of the smaller falls can even be blown up the mountain. The area between the mountain and the present coast is a relatively flat strand, 2 to 5 kilometers wide, called Eyjafjöll. The Eyjafjallajökull volcano last erupted on the 14th of April 2010 in Iceland. It left behind vast ash clouds so large that in some areas daylight was entirely obscured. The cloud not only darkened the sky but also interfered with hundreds of plane flights. However, the people of Iceland were not concerned about the ash clouds, they were more concerned about flooding. That year all the residents close to the volcano had to evacuate in case the area flooded. When the volcano erupted, all the melted ice had to go somewhere. It did not flood that much, Most of it went into rivers, but if it had flooded down the farm valleys, it could have swept away all the farms in the valley. The farms in the valley were however covered in a soft layer of ash, which the farmers thought would give bad crops, but the warmth and nutrition from the ash enabled the crops to grow rather well.
That was a nice long history on the volcano. Let's go ahead and see what this is all about. So 1973 U.S. Navy.
The 1973 U.S. Navy C-117D Seoul-Hamasanja crash, commonly known as the Seoul-Hamasanja crash, is a crashed U.S. Navy Douglas C-117D located in Seoul-Hamasanja on the southern coast of Iceland. The remains of the aircraft, which crashed in 1973, have remained relatively intact, leading to the crash site becoming a tourist destination. The accident aircraft was flying from Hoopen Airport to Naval Air Station Keflavik after delivering supplies for the radar station at Stockholm. En route, the aircraft encountered severe icing and the crew were forced to land on a frozen river at Seoul-Hamasanja. All 7 crew members survived and were rescued by helicopter, but the aircraft was written off. The unsalvaged remains of the aircraft were left at the scene.
Wow, nice. So that's coming up like right here. I think it's somewhere in between those rivers, maybe. Let's see. Or just after them. So right before the last river and that edge here that we're looking at. And then on the VFR, we're gonna head a little bit up that way to the top of that little river. Volcano.
Katla is a large volcano in southern Iceland. It is very active. 20 eruptions have been documented between 930 and 1918 at intervals of 20 to 90 years. It has not erupted violently for 102 years, although there may have been small eruptions that did not break the ice cover, including ones in 1955, 1999, and 2011. Prior eruptions have had a volcanic explosivity index of between 4 and 6 on a scale of 0 to 8. In comparison, the Eyjafjallajökull 2010 eruption had a VA of 4. Bigger VA 5 eruptions are comparable to Mount Pinatubo's 1991 eruption, while significantly rarer VA 6 eruptions would be comparable to Krakatoa's 1883 eruption. Katla is one of the largest volcanic sources of carbon dioxide on Earth, accounting for up to 4% of total global volcanic carbon dioxide emissions.
Alright, it's a very interesting fact over there about the volcano. We're going to come down and get a closer look and see if we can get the lighthouse. in slow motion. No lighthouse. Pass over lighthouse in the northeast. But we are gonna restart the timer here and go for 9 minutes. See if we can have a little peek. See if we can find that lighthouse. Yep. Come up. Oh no. So touchy. Alright, we're just gonna try that at another time, I believe. So appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you again.